is very.
Yep, looks like
MING.
we'll be
Yeah.
heading onto the Rift now.
Yeah, this is they ran it down mid. They all ended up 5-pointing. I was like, what's going on? Because game one we had blue side 5-point, red side invade, and then game two we had double invade bot side with a little bit of action. And in this game we had a 5-point spread on red side, and then Mingo was just running it down mid. I wasn't sure if they were looking to invade through the mid river bushes, but no, they just fanned right out to a 5-point as well. So this will be the least action packed level one we've had today, which is nothing wrong with that. Both teams, Jack wants to ramp up. Malphite wants to get his level. Silas needs items to really be impactful. Same thing with Morgana. Ash is scaling. You got Chimes coming in. Everyone's just like, you know what? We'll handshake the chill.
Yep. Malphite camping in the bush a little bit, getting a little bit of early damage onto the Jax.
Yep, he got the Comet proc. I assume he went Mana Flow, and now you just sit back. You play around your Comet procs. You can walk it. The nice thing about Malphite is even if Jax starts E, which he always does, Jax will know. Oh, he started Q. Interesting. You don't take the extended auto trades. You do not do that. You don't go back. You just wait for your passive. So if he does that, right, he Qs. You take one auto trade, throw a Q out, maybe one more if your shield didn't break, and then you walk away. And then you just wait for your shield to come back up, rinse and repeat. And Jax will just get resourced out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alright.
I thought his Q was his never mind.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel with these trades topside. I mean, both you guys. Oh, look at all those Bard heals mid lane. I forgot about that. Bard players do that all the time. That's miserable to play against, in the sense that Zulfer, now seeing that, Zulfer's like, okay, even if I get good trades or I want to be aggressive with this kid, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to burn through my mana because he's going to heal up off those Bard heals. And I don't know if they expire. One of my friends told me they don't. I don't play Bard. They do not? Okay. Yeah, so that's annoying, to say the least.
Yeah, it is very annoying. And it's basically just a farm fest at the moment. Just short trades going up top lane. Bot lane is handshake trading with just the minions.
Junglers on opposite sides of the map getting their own crabs. It's definitely a slow-paced early game for sure. We do see Hawkshot go out, but it doesn't look like it's going to spot Graves because it's going towards the Krugs. Graves has already moved in the river to take topside crabs, so no information to be gathered there, but at least they know that he's not in any of his camps, so I guess the only place he can be is either river or base, so it does help a little bit. Malphite is pushing here with his jungler playing bot side, with Graves looking for a gank. This actually looks really bad. I'm pretty sure Malphite just dies, especially with a tower shot. It's Ooga Boogad.
Yep, he's just dead.
Ooh, the alcove gameplay. Yeah, he's just gonna E over the wall, worst case scenario. Yeah, okay. Was E not up, or was he just waiting to see what Malphite would do?
I think he was just waiting. Maybe a little bit of BM, a little bit of...
Yeah, maybe a little BM. I'm sitting here, in my head, I'm like, come on, keep the tempo up. Just kill the dude and move on. But, oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Trade on to MF here. I think MF is just winning it, though. Gets her Dark Harvest stack. We see it invaded by Olaf, finding the Bard. I don't think he's going to be able to get that Gromp if that's what he wanted. Mid lane's just chilling. One Bard heal was taken already. Jackson didn't get an assist, though, from that Graves kill, so top lane is still in a okay state. Malphite is down XP, but he does have a huge wave that he will be soaking. He's taking these extended trades, and you don't do that. It's not how you play this matchup. Apparently, there's a fight bot lane. Ooh, and a flash by the Jax on the Malphite just kills him. And it looks like Leona may just die as well. Good E to turn around that dive. MF flashes forward to get a kill. Tanking the tower is what Bard is doing to make sure that MF can be as aggressive as she wants there. I will say that Glacial is coming out swinging. Top side looks really good right now for Jax. Honestly, I don't think Malphite's playing the matchup correctly at all, but either way, good punish by the Jax. And then really good, we didn't really see that play bot lane at all, but really good play bot side. Picking up 2 kills. I mean, obviously we gotta turn it back around a little bit, but just randomly we see the camera pan down there and 2 people are dying.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Ashe is possibly looking for a pseudo kind of freeze down bot lane, which is what you want to be doing. MF can take these quick recalls due to her W passive, can get back to lane pretty fast with her increased movement speed.
Yep. It looks like bot lane is pushing. Mid lane's just gonna be stuck there, and top lane's pushing again, so this Malphite's gonna be vulnerable. Top lane is really scuffed right now. Huge chunk too. We do see a little skirmish over Crab here. Zolfer's looking. He does have ultimate available. He does cast it onto Graves and Silas. Silas can take the ulti. He actually did take it. He casted the Morgana ulti onto the Olaf, killing him. He's forced out though. No HP binding. He should just drop. He is staying alive. He got the W off. He's still alive. They do kill the... Oh my god, he actually does get out. He has the E recast, goes back in. Somehow he lives, and now Ashe is pincered between 4 people. That is crazy. He was 1 HP, stuck in binding, and somehow lives.
Yeah, his W healing is pretty crazy when he's at low health.
The crazy thing to me is that he didn't even have it up quite yet. The black shield, or the binding ended, and he was able to retreat and go back in. Might be a kill. QW, if it comes up, could have killed Malphite there. I'm just worried that he's going to extend the trades, because that's what he's been doing all lane phase. Dragon does go over to the side of Glacial. Olaf's looking for a cheeky steal. It does not matter. They're trying to check out Graves, but again, pincered here. The whole side of Glacial is rotating too fast. Sulfur just gets blown up by the Graves ulti. Triumph comes in, so Graves can still extend his fight. I guess Leona decided to join the party. This is starting to look really bad. 1-11 with a 5k gold lead on the side of Glacial. Really strong showing.
Oh yeah, Glacial has shown up to this game here. They have come prepared. They are ready for this game. 5k gold lead at 8 minutes in. Already having a Drake, possibly going for this Rift Herald next. It's just not looking good for Mingos at the moment.
Yeah, and I love this because, you know, if you're Glacial, you auto-qualified because Mingos advanced, right? And Mingos won last week, right? So this team, Mingos, looks solid, right? They advanced to Game 3 today. They won last week, and they like to banter and whatnot. And you have, if you're Glacial, you're not really playing for the tournament per se. You're playing for some freebies and some money, but you got what you came for. You already qualified. So this game has somewhat less value, but they are showing up. They're playing hard, and they're stomping this team that has arguably looked good for the last 2 weeks. So this is honestly really nice to see. They're taking it really seriously, and they're showing that they are a contender, to say the least.
Oh yeah, they are showing that they belong in the League Saturday series.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we didn't. Even though we got this spot handed to us, we deserve it, hands down. Absolutely. I think we saw how well this early game's going. Field goal to Ashe or unlucky. I mean, you look for those. I think, oh, Cleanse comes out. And turn, ooh, huge turn by the MF. Tons of damage. If Bard can come over here, he does actually have, no, he's level 5 still. Never mind. I said if he had his ultimate available, they actually just double kill there. A little bit of a stuff coming out mid lane. Malphite's rotating, looking for the potential kill here mid. He gets spotted by Graves. Graves is on Herald.
Like I said, right now Glacial is just controlling all of these objectives. They're controlling the kills because they have this very nice gold lead, which will snowball into an item advantage.
Alright, Olaf is not quite here yet. Malphite ulti does double hit, and then double hit right back again, but Jax is here before Olaf can show up. And they're just going to get wiped. I think best case scenario, Olaf trades 1 kill if he's lucky. Nope, he drops. That's going to be Herald over to Glacial. and another hard one. Skirmish on the top side. This game is looking really rough.
Oh yeah, it's looking very rough. 1 to 14 right now, extended to a 7K gold difference at the moment. Like, this is huge. It's starting to get to a point
really
where yeah, it's just one-sided at the moment. It's like
they might be first towering mid. Yep, there goes the Herald. I think a skirmish is happening bot lane. We don't have the camera quite there yet. It does move. Nothing to see here. Skirmish is done.
Yep, and yeah, it's just been so one-sided. There's not much to talk about.
We do see Graves rotating down here. They don't have ultimates available quite yet. MF ulti is almost up, but that'll be the only tool that Glacial has to use for the spot play if they are looking for one. Big trade topside. Jax has double buffs. This lane is just doomed at this point. Bork completed. Double buff Jax flashes in. I love that aggressive play. Malphite just drops. Top lane, that's going to be another plate or two over the Jax, potentially the tower. Malphite does have TP available. He could TP back to save it, but more than likely he'll just die if he does that.
Yeah. And
Morgana looks like she's rotating to alleviate that. She probably will save the tower. Does she have ultimate available? Not quite. But the 2 plate resistances might be too much. We do see a fight happening bot side on Leona. She solo engages onto the carry. Field goes the arrow. Ultimate is casted by Morgana. Disconnect. Binding disconnect as well. Counter-Strike buys time. We do see the channel keeping in from the Silas. Malphite ulti is used to secure the kill of Jax. He needed that goal, but the Morgana ulti taken from Silence onto the blue side here. Kills... Who was that, Olaf, or am I misreading this fight? No, it was Malphite and
Morgana.
I'm having some brain lag right now, but either way, that got turned around. I mean, they found the 800 gold in the Malphite, but I don't think it matters. At this point, Malphite's out of the game. Doesn't matter how much gold you give him. He's just an alt bot at the end of the day. Dragon goes over to Glacial as well. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I am having brain lag. No, that's Ming. Taking the dragon. All right, so they tie up the dragons. That's good. They delay the stacking. Last thing you want if you're still trying to win this game is to be in a situation where you lose soul super early into the game. Flash play by Olaf onto the MF. Doesn't really translate into anything. Jax is grouped up here, though, and this should just be a raffle stomp by the Jax. He's too strong at this point. Tier 2 boots. Bork, you're not outrunning the guy. He wartops the gap close onto Leona, but Silas goes ahead and take it for himself. Bard ultimate lands onto Olaf. Olaf does not have ultimate available or flash from that play he made onto the Misfortune. He just drops as well. So, you know, they get Dragon, they make an aggressive play into the red side jungle, and they get completely punished for it.
Oh yeah, they thought they caught out the MF. They used the Olaf ulti a little bit too soon, and then little did they know, it's just you're dead.
And Jax is picking up more plates for himself, and he's going to get soloed bonus tower gold, so that's another 300 in the pocket, plus plate, plus the plate, so 460. That's a ton of gold. They didn't even see him wrap around there. How did Leona not notice that? He's looking for the 1v2. He does not have his ultimate available quite yet. Actually, no, I'm misreading the tooltip. It is available. So he could potentially do this, but it's very hard without flash with the amount of CC that is at their disposal. Graves has rotated, as has Bard. They do see them on the wards. Bard does not have ultimate available. They do have the Graves for the burst, but I think if they want to look for this dive, they either need to rotate more members or have that Bard ultimate available. MF finds Volfer in the jungle and chunks him out. Luckily, Bidey comes through and saves his life.
Oh, that was a close one. This is a 11K gold difference already for Glacial right now. They're just playing so well. They're just playing the matchups so well.
Yeah, it's well, I would say yes. I would say yes, with the exception of top lane. I think Malphite really for top lane, but everywhere else, absolutely. But on the flip side, yes, Jax is playing with the mistakes presented really well. He's punishing everything he sees, and he's being really aggressive. We've seen him flash onto Malphite, what, 2 or 3 times in her tower now. which a lot of people would, despite seeing that mistake, a lot of people would be scared to do in a lot of situations. Just because Malphite QE. We saw Malphite get dove in a previous game, but Q alone guaranteed that he traded 1-for-1, so it is scary at times.
Yeah. And Silas pushing up the top lane, Jax pushing up bot lane, looking like they're running the 1-3-1. Good old 1-3-1.
Yep, I mean, no one can match Jax right now. You got to send more than one person. It looks like they are sending Leona and the Ashe there. Ashe does have arrow. He could look for a long shot here and potentially kill him. Olaf is wrapping around behind. This is definitely the play. He dodges the arrow. Another missed arrow while Sulfur gets ran down by 3 members of Glacial. The Bartley does not connect. Glacial runs out. Stun connects. That's just going to be a drop Morgana in the mid lane. Some free mid damage if they want it. Jax, again, sidestepped that arrow again. This is... I don't think I've seen an arrow connect in 4 attempts now, maybe more. It's definitely rough. You need those arrows to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely need these arrows to hit. If you're not, then there's really no point in building the Ashe. Ashe is going to not scale as hard as certain ADCs. You're building her usually for utility.
Yep, and if that utility isn't connecting, it's a rough time. They can still potentially look here with Leon ulti available, but it's risky. With how strong Jax is, you want all your tools at your disposal. A huge dive with the Malphite R. I wouldn't really say huge. I would just say big ultimate, right? Because that's what Malphite ulti is, but it's the easiest dive of their life. 4 there, 1 solo under tower. You have the easiest engage, point click. It's done. That's another tower over the side of Glacial. Herald is up. I expect they will just take it, rotate over the dragon, and then potentially look to open up the base.
Yup. With the gold lead that they have right now, like, they really just want to end. There's not much that they can do.
Yeah,
see a
unfortunately
little bit
that...
of BMs in the
Yeah,
chat.
I see a little banter. I wasn't going to acknowledge it, but there is some banter in chat. We do have that toggled off now, so we're chilling. Dragon will go over to the side of Glacial. It looks like Olaf is looking for the steal. I think if he just steals... Okay, he does just go for the cheeky Q steal. I think that's what you do. You can't... If you just... Oh! Malphite opts to turn this. They actually blow up Graves. Can they actually translate the kill? He flashes the wall of the match. Oh, no. The Undertow does not connect. Graves gets out. MF ulti connects onto Malphite and friends, but Bard kind of griefed him. Doesn't get the full channel. And at this point, I don't think it really matters. Silas is looking to clean up onto the Malphite. Ashe is turning this. I thought Jax would just run them over, but that is not the case. Ashe does pick up some gold for herself, kills the Jax, and buys him a little more time. Malphite lives as well. Silas is hunting the Ashe. Does the E connect here? I think he has Leon ulti available. Ashe will just die. You know, gets the kill, needs to get the heck out of jungle right away though. Binding gets dodged, really good flash by the Silas. Tries to connect the Leon ulti to translate another kill, but does not. I think that was a really cool aggressive play. Flashes over the Binding, would have been a highlight play for sure, but doesn't quite work out. Either way, what looked like a really free dragon into a free fight for Glacial got turned around and then turned around again, and the Glacial finds himself in the tower.
Yeah, it's just been a stomp right now from Glacial. I'm not really sure what Mingos can do right now. Mingos needs... if they play safe, they're just going to lose their base. If they try to go... They really just need to try to find picks onto the Jax when he's alone. And even that's not guaranteed to work. Because, like, you have the rest of Glacial's team. You have the Graves, who is doing really well. You have the Silas, who's doing really well. You have the MF, who's doing really well. And then you have the utility from Bard. Like, they're going to be trying to stick together as a team and just end this game, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or they can opt for the split push and
yeah, I mean,
like
they could do, honestly, they could do whatever they want. The only thing they can't do is siege, I guess. Because they have no poke tools. They have no hard engage tools unless, you know, the Bard ulti connects or they steal Malphite R. Which I would argue the Bard ulti is pretty easy to dodge. And Malphite ulti right after Counter Strike ends, well timed. They should just be able to blow him up. MF ulti is channeled, but it doesn't really deal meaningful damage to the target as it needs to. Graves has ulti available, not enough to execute the Leona. They do. Oh, wow! I did.
Collector.
Oh, you know what? That was Red Smite plus Collector. Yeah, I was like, how did Red Smite do that much damage? But there you go. Welcome to Season 11, baby.
Collected.
Yeah, and there we go. Bartlesy casted, as mentioned. It's pretty easy to dodge. Arrow stolen, but also whiffs it. No one can hit arrows today. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was saying this to my friend last night that ADC skill shots and ultimates, they're some of the hardest to use. They're pretty slow. They're either pretty slow or they are just really long range.
Yeah, you got to think about how you're using it. Like I'm seeing Ashe on the side of Mingo's using ulti in vision instead of out of vision, so they have more time to react to that. Big chunk onto Malphite, not going to translate into kill though. Yep. Ooh, a 1K crit on the red buff by Graves. That's scary to see.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty large gold difference still. Olaf possibly going to be getting caught out here.
Ultimate is burned. This means that Baron is free. He can't actually enter to steal this without his ultimate. We have Silas pressuring the side lane with matching the Ashe, so they're not going to be contesting this at all. Silas does have TP, worst case scenario. I mean, maybe you want to steal this, but you can't. With that Malphite ulti, or not, sorry, that Olaf ulti burned, how do you get in here? That's just going to be Baron down. The one weakness that Glacial has is their ability to steal. We do see a Malphite ulti engaged onto Bar. He's pretty low. They're trying to turn this MF ulti actually pretty big here. Good damage. He needs to be able to dodge while she walks into the Morgana ulti, as does Graves. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. But as I was saying, the one weakness Glacial has is their siege potential, but Baron completely removes that weakness. And at this point, they can just take the whole base. With death timers at 30 seconds, 15 on top jungle, they do set the recall. I would have loved to risk it for the biscuit end here, but looks like they just look for one Nexus tower in, or not Nexus tower, but inhibitor tower in, inhibitor plus dragon.
Yeah, it's the safe opportunity, and really it's just what you need to be taking here. You don't want to risk your lead, even with how big their lead is. If they throw it, it can be very detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, I respect textbook play. Like, you take it, like, there's no way you can lose if you just play it slow. At the same time, I think indicators of better teams are teams that know when they can just, like, end the game. Like, we're so ahead, like, it doesn't really matter at this point. We do see a perma-slow onto the Morgana. Or not Morgana, but I saw the Morgana ulti on Silas, but it was Silas. He gets chunked out. Big Malphite ulti onto Jax, Silas. They may just drop here. Ashe is forced to walk away. They can't DPS actually right now. Finding does attack from the grave, so he can't extend the fight. Jax says he can just jump back up and walks over the Ashe. He barely lives from that tower shot. Morgana's still alive, but it doesn't matter. She will die after coming out of stasis. And that is an ace for Glacial with Baron up, pushing onto the bottom side inhibitor tower. Another inhibitor will drop, and there's more than likely game.
Yep, this is very likely to be game. 2 inhibs down. Death timers are ticking down it from 0 up. Only Malphite really is up. Malphite and Olaf, but they can't really.
I mean, if you're Glacial, you ignore them and just take the inhibitor or the Nexus towers if you want to. It doesn't really matter at this point. How do you fight this? They actually might find Graves here. Graves just randomly. Holy crap! The flash forward and Graves almost one shot with a single auto. The Ashe managed to kill him in return, but game's done, unfortunately. Actually, it looks like Jax is kind of. He's hitting minions. They're just. I guess they're kind of griefing. I mean, the game's over. It doesn't matter. But all right. Well, that was a decisive game 3. Glacial. They got handed the qualifying spot.